Hello everyone, welcome to Jets TV. Please comment, rate, subscribe guys, comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Also share the videos as well, man. I want to thank everyone that does watch and share my videos, man. I am excited. It's week one. I am back. It's time for my predictions. For those of you, if this is your first time watching me, I want to thank everyone for taking the time out of your day to watch me. So basically what I do is weekly I do a video. I talk about the NFL. I do a pick 'em. I decide, I pick who I think will win, who I think will lose. It's usually 3 games. Two of those games are random teams, or I also have people that are constantly in my inbox that want me to talk about their team. They want to get their team some shine, so they definitely hit me up and say, "Hey, cover my team and tell me what you think. What do you think our chances are this week?" But the third game that I always talk about is the New York Jets. Unless we're on a bye, unless we have a bye week, you'll be hearing a weekly report from me on what I think the Jets will do in whatever game they have coming up. So that's what you have looking forward to look forward to. And again, I want to thank you for watching if this is your first time watching. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. I want to talk to you about my week one predictions. First game I'm covering is the Raiders at the Titans, man. This is the game of the young guns, as far as I'm concerned. You got Carr on one side, you got Mariota on the other side. The Raiders really, I think, would have made a playoff push last year had Carr not gotten hurt, but things kind of unraveled down the stretch because of his injury. You look at Mariota, man. This guy is, to me, he's a franchise quarterback. This kid has it all. But what the Titans are doing over there, that GM, that staff, they're putting together and giving him more offensive weapons. They went out and got Decker. They went out and got Taylor Davis this year as well. Walker, who's a solid tight end. They've done so much over there. DeMarco Murray, a really good running back. Even behind him, they have Henry. They've got so many things going on over there offensively. They've really built up and giving him more targets and more weapons because he's a young quarterback and he needs that. You look at the Raiders side as well. They come in, they're stout offensively too. They brought in Lynch. They got Amari Cooper. They got Crabtree, who's a really solid wide receiver. I mean, Cooper's great too, but let me tell you something. They have Crabtree on that other side, a guy that can get open and move the chains as well. That's huge. They've got a solid tight end too. And they've done a lot of things, man. That offensive line is looking solid as well. Carr is just, he's got the guys, and I think that these two teams, these two young teams, I think definitely are going to make pushes to be in the playoff, picture this year. But, going against each other this week one, I think it's going to be a score out, man. I think it's going to be a slobber knocker. You look at the Raiders defense, they have a solid front seven. Mack, I think, is a solid backer for the Raiders, but they've got to get to Mariota, man. They've got to get after him. I think the Raiders are going to put together a solid plan as well offensively. I think it will feature a heavy run game, and they'll work off of that. Lynch will get his solid carries. Washington's also a very solid backup to Lynch, very solid spell back. You look at the Titans, I think the Titans are going to start off running the football. I think they're going to get DeMarco Murray early, often carries. You got to get this guy going. I know he's got a little bit of twinge with that hamstring. I think that'll be all right going into week one for him. So I look to get Henry and DeMarco Murray the ball early. I think Eric Decker, I know he's been a little bit nicked up. He might be a game time decision, but if he does end up playing, I think you'll see a lot of targets going towards him as well. And Matthews, man, I think will be instrumental in this game. But when all is said and done, man, I think the Raiders win this game, and I think it's going to be high scoring. I got Raiders winning 37-28, man. I think it's big. So shout out. Let me know what you guys think. Talk about me in my comments. Tell me, hey, do you think the Raiders are going to win this game? Let me know. Next game I want to talk about, Steelers, Browns, man. Whew. Man, again, the Steelers, to me, man, I really think they're top of the AFC. I really, really do. They always come with a fairly solid squad, man. If you look at the Steelers this year, you got Bell, who's coming back from that holdout. There's some question marks. A lot of people are wondering, hey, he sat out for a bit. Can he come in and just be able to carry the workload? Is he ready? I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be solid. You got Big Ben out there. Listen, Martavius Bryant, I think, and I know a lot of people are going to think that I'm crazy, but look, I think Martavius Bryant is a guy that can be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, realistically. I think the kid's just out of this world athletic. I think he's got all of it. But the problem with Martavius Bryant is up here. It's up here with this kid. I don't know if he, can he put the stuff, the drugs down? Can he not get suspended? Can he keep himself clean so that he can show the rest of the NFL, yo, I'm that guy, you know. And then on the other side of him, you got Antonio Brown. I think the Steelers are, you know, definitely looking at Martavis Bryant and saying he could be the guy because they let Sammy Coates go. They've got some other guys out of there, and I think Martavis Bryant is a guy that's definitely going to be a focus this year because I think he has that number 2 role locked up, you know. And so I'm looking to see big things out of that kid. But earlier, as I was speaking about as well, Antonio Brown is Antonio Brown, man. You know how he get down. Like that dude is so just that guy to me is the best wide receiver in the NFL. I mean, he just does it all, dude. Like, whatever. like it's just I mean my cup runneth over with wide receiver talent. Like it's just ridiculous. But they also have other guys as well. They got Eli Rogers. You know, they got Darius Hayward-Bay. I mean, this is a team that, to me, offensively is just, man, they could really put it on you. But you look at the Browns, man. The Browns, I mean, they're the Browns. They're not as bad as they used to be. They're definitely trying to turn things around here. They did some very quality things in the draft. I think the Browns had one of the best drafts this year. You look at the situation and went out and got Deshaun Kaiser. He's actually going to be starting. You know, hey, this is a young guy that's putting things together out there. He's looked solid as well. I'm looking to see things out of David Njoku, a tight end that I loved. I was hoping the Jets would be able to get him in later rounds, but the Browns snatched him up. Kenny Britt is going to be out there as well. You got Crowell. You also got Duke Johnson Jr. out there that's going to be running the ball too. They've made some changes defensively too. They went out and got Peppers. They made a trade for Pryor. He actually got cut. They actually got rid of him, today. So it is kind of what it is with that situation. They also got Myles Garrett as well, but he's not going to be playing in this game. He's got a high ankle sprain. I know a lot of Browns, fans are just beside themselves. Look, I get it. I know you feel like you're cursed. You feel like there's a lot of bad luck, but it's just a high ankle sprain. He didn't tear anything. He didn't blow out his ACL, nothing crazy like that. So he'll be back. I understand the frustration, but you just gotta wait it out just a little bit. So, but with all that said and done, man, listen, I think the Steelers take this game. I just think the Steelers just have more. I think the Browns are trying to put things together. I think they'll be there, within the coming years. I think the Browns will be able to put some stuff together and be able to compete. But man, the Steelers, I think the Steelers just roll this game. I got the Steelers winning this game 27-10. Again, I'm looking for big things out of Martavis Bryant, and I'm also looking to see, where Le'Veon Bell is. What's going on with him? Is he ready? Is he conditioned? Can he carry the workload? Are they going to give him more of the workload this season coming as well? So, again, with that said, I have the Steelers winning 27-10. And last but not least, my favorite game, your favorite game, our favorite game, baby, the Jets game. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Jets at Bills. Whew, man, the Bills. Earlier this week, Tyrod Taylor, concussion protocol, was wondering, hey, what's going on with them? Were we going to face their backup quarterback? Nah. No, we're not. we're facing Tyrod Taylor, okay? So he's going to be out there. I know a lot of people are going, well, he got a concussion. He's not going to be all right. Look, it's still Tyrod Taylor, dude. That guy still can make plays with his feet. That guy can still throw the football really well. The Bills' offense has changed a little bit, but they still have a decent offensive line. And they can put some things together there as well. McCoy is just an outstanding back that when healthy, dude, he's one of the shiftiest backs in the entire league. I mean, this guy can start and stop on a dime and leave you in the dust. You got Matthews out there as well, Jordan Matthews, who they recently acquired. Look, I'm looking at our defense matching up with them offensively. It's going to be a little bit tough. I'm more worried about the Jets secondary. Because there's some question marks back there. I know a lot of people love the pick of Adams and May. I did as well, but there's still 2 rookie safeties. So they're gonna have their up and down periods this season. I know a lot of people have just decided they're going to be Pro Bowlers. I'm slowing down on that train just a second. I think they're going to be good, but I think there's going to be bumps. The other part of our secondary, our corners, there's a lot of question marks there, man. You got Morris Claiborne, a guy that I feel, he's got a shoulder injury. He's always nicked up. And he's also a guy that I feel, I'm just kind of wondering about, does he have it here? Because even during the preseason, there were times where he was getting cooked. You look at the other side, you got Justin Burris, you got Buster Screen that's going to be there in the slot as well. You got Roberts, you got Williams, Marcus Williams. There are just so many questions about can these guys step up and play well this season, and this is going to be a true test for them. You know, you also look at our offense versus their defense. Whew. Man, our offensive line is awful. It's just absolutely awful. I've been talking about this offensive line for years, and a lot of people were just like, "Why are you talking about the offensive line so much, Joe?" It's because they suck. That's why I've been talking about them so much. And if you look at this situation here, I think we have more questions around offensive line than we've almost ever had, man. You look at Kelvin Beachum, you know, you're wondering about his ability to stay healthy on top of him coming off of a bad season as well. There's question marks there. He hasn't looked that great, I don't think, at all. James Carpenter, very solid guard, but you look at center, you got Wesley Johnson. This was a guy that hasn't looked that great as well in the preseason either. He's gotten pushed around all preseason, damn near. You look at Winters, he's kind of had an up and down preseason. We've seen him get pushed around, but he was a solid guard for us last year, so we're hoping that that wasn't a mirage, and that he can come back and be the same Brian Winters he was last year. But you look at our right tackle spot, and you got Brandon Shell, a guy that was just raved about. And I said this time and time again. He only played a handful of games, and people were just anointing him. He's going to be a solid guy. This guy has not looked very good at all. We've seen him get pushed around. We've seen him lose guys. I mean, it's just, our offensive line has just been awful. And I think that more than anything is going to be a key point for this game. That can our offensive line get their front blocked? Because you're going to have Hughes, Lawson, and Darius coming full speed ahead. Also, Williams is on that line as well. These guys are not going to play any games around here. The Bills' defense, their front seven is serious. Serious, do you hear me? Very serious. And they're not going to play any games with you at all. And if they can't get those guys blocked, man, because Josh McCown, our starter, is not a guy, he's not Michael Vick. He's not going to be able to get shifty and make guys move. He's going to get blasted, okay? You look at our offense, though, that with that major question up in front of them, it just hurts everything else because we have a very young wide receiver core. We just traded for Curse, got rid of Sheldon Richardson, also got a second-round pick back in that trade as well from the Seahawks. Curse is the guy that's coming in, but he doesn't know the offense. We also brought in Jeremy Curley. He's coming back. He should have never been let go, but it is what it is. You know, those two guys are coming in, but they don't know the offense yet. So, you know, how much can they really do within it? You got Robbie Anderson, Ardarius Stewart, Chad Hansen, and Sharon Peake that are here, and a host of other young guys, you know, behind them. But those are the guys that I think are going to have to make plays in this game, especially Ardarius Stewart and Chad Hansen. Robbie, very solid receiver. I have questions about him being a number one, but he's kind of forced into that role with the injury of Quincy Enunwa, who went down for the season. We let Eric Decker go for nothing. I mean, when that just hurt us. But I can go on for years about that. But it kind of is what it is there. So if you don't get these guys blocked, dude, it's going to be trouble. It's absolutely going to be trouble out there. So I'm looking at this situation and I'm saying to myself, all right, the Jets got to get guys blocked. The Bills, I think, are going to run the football decently. I think the defense is going to get a little bit tired because I think our offense will struggle against their defense. So, you know, and just in good conscience, man, I can't take the Jets in this game. I want to, but I just can't. So when all is said and done, I think it's a close game. I think it's a tight game, but I think the Bills take it. I got the Bills winning this game 10-14, guys, 10-14. It hurts, but, man, when you don't address, you know, the offensive line correctly, I think everything is going to crumble behind it. I think the Bills just get to McCown all day and all night, and I think that pressure eventually is going to build up, and it's really going to hurt him. So with that said, man, I want to thank everybody for watching. Comment down below, guys. Let me know what you guys think about my picks. Let me know what your picks are for the week, too, man. I love going back and forth with people, you know, just about football in general, especially, you know, my Jets fans, too. So let me know what you guys think. So you guys have a good day. Enjoy your times with your family, and have a good time watching football, guys. Peace.